Hello and welcome to day 58. Um, Hopefully we have everything sorted out today. I've done some testing, got everything set up. Everything seems to be, good. I went back yesterday and I practiced the watermelon song, and I figured out what threw me because when he was showing the fingering in the very beginning, he played the wrong notes at one point. And for some reason that got stuck in my head and I was having trouble. So I went through and I worked on it some more. And then I went back to the final play where they score your points. And it made me laugh because all the note playing and multi-fingering and hitting notes at different times all went out the window, and it was all playing the chords, the fingers. It was, yeah, it was kind of interesting. So it made me laugh because it's nothing like what we were working through during the song. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the practice session and I'm going to go back to that one particular section, finish that song off, and then we'll move forward from there. So let's jump into the practice session. And if you're new here, uh, I'm going to put a link to my mailing list. I send out an email once a week on usually Tuesday mornings, giving you kind of a synopsis of the prior week, what happened, and then also giving you a schedule of what my playtimes are going to be. Sometimes they are subject to change during the week, and if they do, I will let you know. I also post in the community section on my YouTube channel the schedule that I have, and if there are any kind of changes that I need to get across to you, I will put those in there too. But anyway, let's see what is happening. It's interesting. I had people in here and now I don't have people in here. There we go. Somebody's in here. Anyway, um, as I said, we're going to go back. We're going to finish off the watermelon song and then we're going to move on. So I'm going to jump ahead once we get in here.
We start with the left, then we...
Tastes like strawberries on a summer evening, and it sounds just like a song. I want more berries and that summer feeling. It's a wonderful and warm. Watermelon sugar high, watermelon sugar high, watermelon sugar high, watermelon sugar high. Watermelon sugar, strawberries on a summer evening. Baby, you're the end of June. I want your belly and that summer feeling. Getting washed away with you. Watermelon sugar high, watermelon sugar.
So we finished that off. What's interesting is they said there, when we were going through this yesterday and practicing and doing all this stuff, it was like playing fingers at different times, hitting notes, and then hitting, combining notes and doing crazy things. And in the final piece that we just did, none of all that, any of that was in there. It was just chunky notes. So I thought that was kind of different. Let's go back in here. So we're going to go, we did a little bit of this yesterday, but I'm going to run through these initial lessons here again and do the introduction to course 5, which went into finger numbers and all that type of stuff. It's fairly short, but I thought it'd be kind of good for me to get a refresher.
Hey, I'm Ruben, and welcome back. With a few more songs under your belt, it's a good time to start thinking about how
Hey,
you
Obbs
position your
and
hands
Jeff,
and
welcome.
fingers to play songs. If you put your hands into this position, you'll find it much easier to play more complicated music. Let's start by giving each finger a number from 1 to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These numbers apply to both hands. Think of them as mirror images of each other. For music that's written down, finger numbers are usually only given as a guide to play especially tricky parts of a song, rather than for every note. You'll learn more about reading sheet music in later lessons, so for now, just take a look. Let's try a simple exercise. Put both thumbs on the same C key and position your other fingers on all of the surrounding keys, just like mine. Try playing fingers 1 together, then 2, then 3, then 4, and then 5. You're now playing in contrary motion, which means that the notes that you're playing with each hand are moving in opposite directions.
I like the fact that he dropped a hint to the fact that reading sheet music coming up here, so that's kind of nice. And then we're going to go into scales.
We can group the notes within a song into something called a key or a key signature. This lets us know which notes to play for a particular song. When you play these notes in ascending and descending patterns, this is called a scale. That was C major scale. The notes used in a major scale are often...
The other thing that she's doing here, she's not talking about it, but she's showing it, is, as you notice when she's going up the scale on the right hand, when she gets up to the third finger, she's crossing over with the thumb and then proceeding on. And she does the same thing in reverse. So she's kind of giving you a glimpse at fingering, but she's not really forcing it out on you.
Played with happy songs.
That's a good one. Go back a little bit.
That was C major scale. The notes used in a major scale are often played with happy songs. C major is one of the easiest to play. In fact, you've already played it before. This is C minor scale. Minor scales are often used to express a sad mood in songs. Even though we'll start on C again, the minor scale doesn't use all the same notes as C major. Play a C minor scale with me. Did you hear how the C minor scale sounds less happy than C major? Major or minor scales can be created starting from any note. You just need to use the correct sequence. Here's another major scale. This time we're going to play G.
That has. Okay, now we're going to play a song. I'm sure this is going to be a simple song.
It's time to try a song using all 5 fingers on your right hand. We'll follow a call and response pattern. I'll play the call first, like this. Then you play the response higher up. Start by resting your fingers on the keyboard like mine. And I'll play the call again, then you join in for the response. Follow the colours if you get stuck.
Hey, Val.
Did you hear the difference between the first and second half of the song? This
Yes.
song uses both C major and minor scales, which you played in the last session. C major for the first section and C minor for the second section. Keep playing the song through with me and try to make each step up and down smooth and even as you play.
Today, we're getting things right today. I may have spoke too soon. Oh, this song.
Hey, it's Alfie, and today we're going to continue learning La Onda, or The Waves, by Ludovico Einaudi. In the previous lesson, we focused a lot on the crest of the wave, or the top. In this lesson, we're going to be introducing the left hand.
I think. Okay. Are you seeing me? Okay. Bye. Well, I don't know what's going on today. The stream just kind of, I just happened to notice when Val called, I looked up and it said the stream had ended. So it just bounced for a little bit, but I was able to resume it. So I don't know how far we got here. Were you able to see gremlins? Really, I didn't feed them after midnight, but they apparently broke loose. Were you able to see anything of this lesson that we just did at all with him talking? So, not sure, but I think let's just go back. We haven't done
Hey,
anything
it's
to
Alfie,
lose.
and today we're going to continue learning La Onda, or The Waves, by Ludovico Einaudi. In the previous lesson, we focused a lot on the crest of the wave, or the top. In this lesson, we're going to be introducing the left hand, namely the pinky, and that's going to act as our anchor. So it's just going to be the pinky and the left hand kind of moving around to different notes. And in the right hand, instead of playing the crest of the wave with our pointer finger, we're going to switch the fingering, play with our ring finger, or finger 4 here. And the reason for the change in fingering is in future lessons, as we kind of build out this flowy wave, we want our hands and fingers in a position that'll be natural and comfortable as we go from bottom, rolling up to the top. Let's start with our anchor here in the bass, which is the first note of the accompaniment on the backing track. We start out here with the purple note. This is also called B. Jump your pinky to the turquoise note, G, and then the blue note, A. Pinkies only, playing every 3 beats. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's bring in the crest of the wave, which is in the right hand, counting in 3s, but this time adding the end in between the numbers. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. The crest is in the right hand. Your anchor is in the left hand. So it's kind of a coordination exercise where you play your left hand on the 1 and your right hand on the end of 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. When we play with both hands, there's a lot of coordination involved, so it takes a lot of practice, sometimes for hours, sometimes over days. So I like to take a step back and break it down, maybe starting first with just the timing. We know here that the left hand plays on the 1 and the right hand plays on the end of 3, so you can maybe pat that out on your lap or on your desk, or do it with claps. Also, counting aloud while you do it is very helpful. Something like 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. Once you have that down, you can bring your hands to the keyboard and try it with the notes. Now in section 2, that beautiful flowing melody comes back in the right hand. You're familiar with the melody, but you might not be familiar with the new fingering.
remember
So we're
this.
switching up the fingering. Instead of just playing with 2, we're playing mostly 4, 3, 1 here. And then we have this crossover at the end. So the reason we're changing the fingering is because as you play a little bit faster and you try to make the melody sing out, you want to have a really natural way to play the notes. And 4, 3, 1 here is a really easy way to play the D, C sharp, and the A. 3, 2, 1 is a natural way to play the B, the A, and the G. And then at the end here, where you cross over, we'll cross over to 4. The tricky part there is to find the right angle. But once you get the right angle, it all becomes quite natural and easy. So we'll practice with a focus on the fingering so that as we increase the speed, it all feels natural. Now let's listen to the difference between playing with the old fingering, all 2s, versus the new fingering.
Why we didn't do this in the beginning.
Were you able to hear the difference? To me, it was pretty apparent. The first time was,
Oh, it was apparent.
shorter, choppier. It didn't sound anything like flowing water. But the second one was natural. It was smooth, sounded much more like water. And the reason for that is when you use the proper fingering, you have so much more control over the volume and the duration of the notes. So let's give it a shot now with the new fingering. Now let's look at the fingering for the second part or phrase of section 2. Here, we don't have any tricky crossovers and your hand stays in one position the whole time with your 4th finger on D and your thumb on A. Which completes the phrase. A.
The light stopped working.
Which completes the phrase.
We're doing that. Okay. This fingering is confusing to me. Oops. Being too fast. I think part of my issue here is I'm not understanding the reasoning why we're using the weird fingering method that we're using. I would do something different, but I'm trying to force myself to use the fingering that they're showing. And there's a conflict in the brain. So I think this is one I'm going to have to, I fully hear him when he says, this may take hours or days. This is definitely one that I am really going to practice on this afternoon. I'm going to take a little break because I've been going since early this morning. But I am definitely going to come back and practice this some more and see if we can't get it toned down and then be able to move on tomorrow. So hopefully on the stream tomorrow, I will go show you what I've been able to accomplish with this, and then we'll move on to the next sections, which should be, see how much is to this one. So this particular song has four lessons to it. So we're kind of finished lesson 1, and we have the next 3 to go. So we may be on this course through these lessons for a couple of days here. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. But anyway, thank you all for joining and hanging in there with the craziness and the bumps in the road and strange stuff going on. Not quite sure why that stopped. I'm going to have to send logs into the team and have them check that one. But anyway, hope everybody has a great rest of the day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is Thursday. We'll be back at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon Pacific time, and we'll do this all over again. Thanks again for joining, and we'll see you tomorrow. Take care.